The first spoilers dropped for Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 8, and because of that, I thought this would be a good time to drop this prediction video based on this promotion panel right here. Now, of course, Chapter 8 will be officially dropping on March 20th, and you know we'll be getting the sneak peeks from Twitter and the spoilers even earlier than that. So I'll say we got like a week and some change before we really know what Chapter 8 has in store for us. And if you want to react to Chapter 8 live with me, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, because I usually go live for every chapter leak. For Chapter 7, the leaks literally dropped at like 7 AM Eastern Standard Time. So they do come out very early in the AM. Now hopefully they don't come out earlier than that, because I ain't gonna lie, I just won't be staying up that long. Maybe it'll be different this time. But anyway, enough about that. Let's hop right into the video. So judging from the ending of Chapter 7, Chapter 8 has the potential to be one of the best action-filled chapters we have gotten yet. And it seems like a lot of events are aligning for the Shinju to finally invade Konoha. But in my opinion, it may not be so straightforward as we all think. So first, let's take a look at what happened in Chapter 7 that might affect what happens in Chapter 8. So Boruto and Mitsuki just finished their battle, where Boruto made Mitsuki come to the realization that Kawaki wasn't who he thought he was all this time. I feel Boruto and Mitsuki having this conflict actually works in Boruto's favor long term, even if omnipotence makes you forget the truth over time. When they briefly cut to Kawaki finally waking up from being knocked out by Mitsuki's snakes, he asks Ada where Mitsuki went off to. Obviously he isn't too happy that Mitsuki did that to him, so I kinda expect him to try to find Mitsuki. In Chapter 6, Boruto stated that Kawaki wouldn't be able to feel his chakra signature anymore because he flew so far away from the village. So it shouldn't be possible for Kawaki to just sense either him or Mitsuki and fly directly where they're at. And if he was to contact Shikamaru, I don't think he would just tell Kawaki the location that Boruto and Mitsuki are, because as we all know, he's working with Boruto. They got a secret pact with each other, so he wouldn't just sell him out. So he's gonna have to talk to Ada so she can see exactly what they're up to. So this is the part where things can go kind of differently, because if the Shinju are really coming to Konoha, maybe it'll just be Jura. I mean, it wasn't specified if they all move in a pack or Jura would just come individually. The promo translation does say Jura attacks Konoha. Will Naruto be absorbed? So it kind of gives me the idea that if the Shinju does pull up to Konoha, there's a chance it could be just Jura alone. I originally thought that if Jura was to come to Konoha, it would be just to seek out knowledge. So in Chapter 4, Jura said that their curiosity and desire for knowledge is surpassing their instincts to eat them. So this probably means what's driving them the most right now is to seek out this knowledge or whatever they're looking for by any means necessary, or until they make a big move like fully trying to go to war with Konoha. Let's take a look back at the end of Chapter 7 real quick. We see Jura acquiring knowledge through reading books, and it looks like he is a bit conflicted because he cannot find the answers to his questions. What are these questions? I don't know, but he stated that because he didn't know these answers, he feels like a visit to Naruto will give him the answers to his questions. But we don't know specifically why it is Naruto he's targeting for these questions of his. Is it that he wants to have a conversation with Naruto about these questions? Or is it the complete absorption of Naruto that will give him the knowledge he desires? But that being besides the point, we don't even know if Jura knows that Naruto is in a whole nother dimension. But if he does, then there's a pretty good possibility he could know the secrets behind Kawaki's dojutsu, which could be a way for Jura to access Naruto. If all this time he was just reading and searching for knowledge, maybe he came across something about Shibai and different abilities of the Otsutsuki or something like that. Even the name of Kawaki's dojutsu would probably suffice in this situation, because we don't know nothing about it besides the abilities. But even if Jura does know where Naruto's at, how does Jura bypass the timeless effects of the Daikokuten dimension? Let's say hypothetically if he does gain access. It is a timeless dimension. There must be some way he has to work around that. Before we dive deeper into that matter, those are the questions that need to be answered as of now. Now the scenario that I can probably see happening is Jura pulling up to Konoha with Code's claw marks, which is most likely their primary method of transportation. And the last time I checked, Ko's claw marks weren't in Konoha, they were around Konoha, which is why we see Boruto and Kawaki fighting Code outside of Konoha around chapter 65. So there's a possibility, since Boruto and the others are already outside of Konoha, they could just run into Jura first. So it could end up being Boruto and Mitsuki versus Jura at first, which is basically already set up to happen now that Mitsuki is already trusting Boruto. But the other scenario is Kawaki pulling up after Ada finds Boruto and Mitsuki with her Senrigan. And instead of Kawaki trying to fight Boruto, which probably wouldn't be the best idea as of right now, because Mitsuki already said that Kawaki wouldn't stand a chance against Boruto right now. And I have another way for Kawaki to find out he's just not at that level yet anyway. So we'll just leave the Boruto and Kawaki fights for another time. Let's say Kawaki pulls up to meet with Boruto and Mitsuki, and at the same time, Jura just appears out of nowhere. This will force Boruto, Mitsuki, and Kawaki to fight alongside each other to try to defeat Jura. And guess what? All three of them lose. They get completely torn apart. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but I still think Boruto and the others struggle a lot and probably lose to Jura alone. This is a good way to establish Jura's dominance and as well as power scale the Shinju. Now, I don't think all the Shinju are equal in strength. I'll even go as far to say Boruto could probably handle any of them one-on-one except Jura. It wouldn't be a complete stomp, but Boruto could potentially take his first L in Two Blue Vortex against Jura, even after activating his karma. It's not a bad thing though. It actually gives someone like Kawaki a chance to get stronger, or at least strong enough so Boruto and Kawaki working together would be enough to take Jura down. And of course, I didn't forget about Sarada. There's a good chance he went after Mitsuki after he chased after Boruto. And the thing is, do we really want to reveal Hidari to Sarada so soon, or will we wait? If we're going all in on the Konoha invasion right now, then there could be a world where we see Sarada's MS abilities as soon as maybe chapter 10, I'ma say. I don't want to see her use her MS abilities on anybody else except Hidari. I'm sorry. I feel like one of the most anticipated awakenings, besides Boruto activating his karma, is Sarada's MS abilities. And I feel like just the best way to do it is against Hidari, a clone of her father. Whether she wins or loses the fight or has helped to beat Hidari, I need her MS abilities to be revealed during that fight. And the good thing is, there's actually a good possibility all of the Shinju come to Konoha with Jura. Well, it's a good thing for us, but it's bad for them. You see what I'm saying? It's not good for them. But anyway, I think we have a real problem if that's the case. At that point, I don't think Konoha is prepared enough to protect not just the village, but the targets as well. They don't even have enough knowledge on the Shinju to fight such an extreme battle. You see what I'm saying? Not that battle prep would have a significant outcome of the battle anyway, but some people don't even know about the Shinju as of yet. So if the Shinju do come to Konoha, how do you think Boruto and the others temporarily fight them off? I think I'm gonna let you guys answer this one. I have a few ideas, but I want to hear your perspective on the matter. And it does make for good conversation in the comment section. Let me know how Boruto and the others will perform in the fight, and how does the whole encounter with the Shinju go? But hold on, wait, just wait a minute. I can't end the video off without addressing Kawaki, because I feel like after they eventually drive off the Shinju, he's gonna kind of have like a rude awakening, or maybe like a realistic moment with himself where he comes to the conclusion that he just isn't strong enough to handle beings like Jura. And if he wants to protect Naruto, that's something he'll need to address. I made a video on the different ways Kawaki could potentially gain strength, and most of the ways I said he'll be able to get stronger is through artificial means. Kawaki is someone who would want to get what he wants by any means possible. He's not a morally driven person. It doesn't matter if the way he gets what he wants is ethical or not. And judging by the fact that Kawaki's body is artificial, basically one big scientific ninja tool, the way he would get stronger would be artificial as well. So no training non-stop till you pass out, or no date bio, I'm never giving up. No, he's not doing that Naruto stuff. He's not doing it. Short term, I would guess he goes to a model and asks for some type of upgrades that would improve his overall performance or the potency of his attacks. This makes sense because a model needs Kawaki for the revival of his daughter, and Kawaki needs a model to get stronger. You see, they both need something from each other. And if Amato could find a way for Kawaki to get stronger, he'll be able to fight against the Shinju more effectively next time they encounter. Now, if we're talking long term though, then there lies the Shinju for that. Whenever or if Konoha defeats the Shinju, there could be a way for Kawaki to make the power of the Shinju his own. It's kinda like how the Otsutsuki eat chakra fruit to evolve. If these things are indeed just divine trees, there could actually be some sort of way Kawaki could get stronger for them some way, somehow. I really hope they don't do us dirty in chapter 8 where they just talk all chapter and then they just leave us on a cliffhanger for the last page where Jura actually arrives near Konoha. I know they love to do that kind of thing, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, not to say I wouldn't mind another dialogue filled chapter like chapter 5, because that's just not the case. I would love that. Personally, I'm just a fan of the series through and through. So whatever they decide to do, I won't immediately get turned off like some other people might. But if you're gonna build hype on a cliffhanger like this on chapter 7, you shouldn't therefore follow up a cliffhanger with another cliffhanger. So overall, I do expect the Shinju invasion to begin at the beginning or maybe around the middle of chapter 8. And if you feel any different, drop a comment that lets me know how you feel on the subject. Or if you feel the same way as me, drop a quick like on the video for good luck that will get some more crazy action in chapter 8. So anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. That's the basic rundown on what I think we can all expect for a hypothetical Shinju invasion for chapter 8. I was pretty spot on for my chapter 6 prediction video, so I'm hoping I can repeat that success for the upcoming chapter. So like I said, make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe if you're new and want to see more content like this in the future. And don't forget, turn on post notifications so you know when I go live for leaks and stuff like that. And until my next video, I'm out. Peace.